Hello everyone. Today we are going to see a new chapter called factorization. Now this chapter already in 9th standard we have discussed factorization. Okay, so factorization, it deals with polynomials. So let us first understand what we mean by polynomial. I will give you an example. I hope you have seen this kind of example. 5x square plus 2x plus 3. Now what you call this? Is this a polynomial? Yes, you are correct. This is an example of polynomial. So we will say that an expression like a0 x power n plus, it could be plus or minus a1 x power say n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2 and so on. This is called a polynomial. Now for polynomial we define a few things, like we define degree of the polynomial. So you should know degree of polynomial. Now this is an example of polynomial with variable x. This x is called variable. Variable means something which can take different values. We don't know what will be the value of x right now, but it can take different values like 3, 4, 5. And the degree of the polynomial is highest power of the x. So highest power of the x in this equation, highest power of x is n. One more thing you should keep in mind, that the power of x is always a whole number. It is always a whole number. If it is not a whole number, then you will not define it as a polynomial. So for polynomial the condition is it should be a whole number. Okay. So here in this case the degree of the polynomial is n. Now when for a polynomial degree is 0, then that is called a constant polynomial. So you should know what is constant polynomial. So constant polynomial, I will give you an example, like I have a polynomial which is just 5, say 5, any number, then it is a constant polynomial because here you will not find any variable. So when you will not find any variable, that means its degree is 0. So constant polynomial, here you can say that degree is 0. Okay. Then we have zero polynomial. What is zero polynomial? We say that a polynomial is a zero polynomial when all the coefficient, this a0, a1, a2, they are all 0. Then in that case we say it as a zero polynomial. So your zero polynomial is simply 0. I used one term called coefficient. So what is coefficient? Coefficient of any variable. So the constant number which is written in multiplication of the variable, like here the coefficient of I will say that coefficient of x power n in this example is a0. Similarly coefficient of say x in this case, coefficient of x in this case is 2. Okay, so you understand what is coefficient of a polynomial. Okay, so we understood what is polynomial. Now let us understand what is a polynomial equation. What is a polynomial equation? So when we use an equal sign with a polynomial, it becomes a polynomial equation. For example, if I say that 2x square plus 7x plus 9 equal to 0, then this is a polynomial equation. Now it is not necessary that you have 0 on the right hand side. It could be any number or variable, but you can make it 0. Okay, for example, if I have an equation 3x square plus 12x plus 4 is equals to say 10, then what I will do, I can rewrite this as 3x square plus 12x plus 4 minus 10 equal to 0, and then I will simplify. 4 minus 10 is minus 6, and therefore I will get a polynomial equation. Now, as we can divide a number by another number, can we divide a polynomial by another polynomial? So, answer is yes, we can divide a polynomial by another polynomial. And this we cover in division algorithm. So, what is division algorithm? Division algorithm. So, according to division algorithm, if polynomial fx, now when I say fx, it is like x square x cube something. If a polynomial fx is divided by another polynomial gx, then we get quotient qx and remainder rx, such that this fx is equals to gx into qx plus rx, where degree of rx is less than degree of gx, degree of gx. Okay, so this statement is your division algorithm. This statement fx is equals to qx into gx into qx plus rx, this statement is called, this is called division algorithm. Now, in case of number, we have already seen these kind of things. So, if I will say that, for example, let us take, I will take an example of, let say number. So, let 10 is divided by 3. Then when we divide 10 by 3, then what we get? We get 3 3s are 9 and we get 1. So, here we write 10 is equals to 3 into 3 plus 1. Okay, this you know, this you have used in your class. So, in the same way, here I have divided 10 by 3. In the same way, I can divide one polynomial by another polynomial, and I will get some quotient and I will get some remainder. Okay, so let us understand this with the help of an example. Here let us divide this 2x cube minus 7x square plus 5x minus 9 by 2x minus 3. So, as we discussed, here I can consider fx as 2x cube minus 7x square plus 5x minus 9, and I will consider gx, the polynomial with which I am dividing, it is 2x minus 3. Okay, now I have to divide this fx by gx. So, few rules. I will do the division as you learn in your lower classes like this. Okay, so for that, what we do, we write fx first. So, this is 2x cube minus 7x square plus 5x minus 9. Make sure that when you write fx, the degree of or the variable with highest degree should be written first. So, if your polynomial is like minus 7x square plus 2x cube, then while I first write the x cube term. So, you start with a variable or a term with highest degree and then keep on decreasing. This you follow for this dividend, this is called dividend, and the same rule you follow for this divisor. So, in our problem, dividend and divisor, they are written with their highest degree first. So, no problem, I will write this as 2x minus 3. Okay, this is divisor. Now, I have to divide this polynomial by this polynomial. So, let us see how we work out. This is little different from what you are doing here. Okay, how it is different here, term by term, like this 2x cube. So first on the rough page you divide this 2x cube by this first term 2x and see what you get. So this 2 and 2 will cancel, and this x and x cancel, and you will get x square. So your quotient part here you will write x square. Now what I am doing, I am trying to get a number or a variable in the quotient in such a way that when I multiply, then this term will become 0. So slowly I will get rid of the different powers. Okay, so you understood why I divided this 2x cube by this 2x. So now I will remove this, or you can do it on the rough page or somewhere on the right side. Okay, right side corner. Now this x square, this quotient, now this quotient I have to multiply by these two terms. So when this x square it is multiplied by 2x, I will get 2x cube, and when this x square multiplied by minus 3, I will get minus 3x square. Okay, so I will write x cube term below the x cube term. I will write x square term below the x square term. It may possible that x square term is not here in the dividend. So then in that case what you will do? In that case you can assume 0x square, because 0 has no value. So you can write as 0x square, so that below x square you will be able to write x square term. Now this is for easy understanding, it is not a mandatory. Okay, so now I have written this. The next step is what? I have to subtract this. So as you know, whenever we have to subtract, what we do, we change the sign. So this no sign is given, that means it is a plus. Okay, no sign, that means it is a plus. So I will change the sign. Here it will be minus, and here it will be plus. So this 2x cube minus 2x cube, I will get 0 here, and this minus 7x square and plus 3x square, I will get minus 4x square. Then what? Then I will bring this 5x and minus 9. So I can write here as plus 5x. This is 5. So I will write plus 5x, and I will bring this 9 also. You can bring this 9 in after one more step, because here in this division I use these two terms only. Now here you see this first term is minus 4x square. So what is your next step is, you divide this minus 4x square by this 2x. So after division, this x and x will cancel, and this 2 will cancel this 4. So what you get? You get minus 2x, and this 2 to the 4. So here x is remaining, 2 is remaining, so minus 2x. So here you write minus 2x. Okay, now again I will remove this. Then this minus 2x I will multiply this 2x minus 3. So minus 2x into 2x will give me minus 4x square. This minus 2x minus 3, it will give me plus 6x. Again I will subtract. So this minus will become plus, and this plus will become minus. Now this 5x and this is minus 6x. 5x minus 6x will give you minus x, and here I will get minus 9. Now the degree of remainder should be less than degree of divisor. So here degree is 1, here also degree is 1. So I can go one step further. So this minus x I will divide by 2x. So this x and x cancel. So nothing is there, that means you can consider 1x. So your answer is minus 1 by 2. So here I will write minus 1 by 2. Now this minus 1 by 2, it is going to be multiplied by 2x minus 3. So minus 1 by 2 into 2x will give me minus x, and this minus 1 by 2 and minus 3, its multiplication will give me plus 3 by 2. So again I have to subtract, so I will change the sign. This will cancel, and here minus 9 minus 3 by 2. So minus 9 minus 3 by 2, what you can do? You can make LCM same. So this is minus 18 upon 2 minus 3 upon 2. So minus 18 minus 3 is minus 21 upon 2. So here remainder I will get minus 21 upon 2. So therefore I can write this 2x cube minus 7x square. So therefore I can write this 2x cube minus 7x square plus 5x minus 9 is equals to, I am dividing it with 2x minus 3, so I will write this as 2x minus 3, and the quotient I get as x square minus 2x minus half. I get quotient as x square minus 2x minus half, and remainder I get minus 21 upon 2. So this is your division algorithm. Now this division you are doing first time, so it will take lot of practice. You have to do lot of practice to understand it, I will say that to become an expert in division, right? Okay, so this is your division algorithm. Now let us understand what we mean by factor of a polynomial. What we mean by factor of a polynomial. So I will say that if fx is divided by gx and we get remainder 0, and some quotient, say qx as quotient, then this gx is called a factor of fx. So fx will become gx into qx. So here gx is a factor of fx, and not only gx, this qx will also be a factor. Also this qx is a factor. Okay, now you can relate this with something like this. If 10 is there and I can write 10 as 2 into 5, then we say that this 2 is a factor of 10 and this 5 is a factor of 10. So it is something like that. So this is your factor of a polynomial. What is a factor of a polynomial? That if you divide a polynomial by some other polynomial and you get 0 remainder, then your divisor polynomial is factor of a given polynomial. Now let us understand value of polynomial. Value of a polynomial. What is value of a polynomial? So say fx is equals to, given me value of a polynomial at say x is equals to say alpha. So fx is given me, suppose x square plus 5x plus 2. Then f of alpha, which is alpha square plus 5 alpha plus 2, is a value of fx at x is equals to alpha. Now you will say that what is the difference? Okay, I am getting the same kind of expression, only the difference is that here x and here alpha. So alpha I have taken a constant value. Say if I say that x is equals to 2, then f of 2, what will be f of 2? F of 2 will be 2 square plus 5 into 2 plus 2. So 2 square is 4, 5 into 2 is 10 plus 2. So this will give me 10 plus 4, 14 plus 2, 16. So I will say that 16 is the value of fx. I will say that 16 is the value of fx at x is equals to 2. So when I take x is equals to 2, I get 16 as the value of fx, or in short I can say that f of 2 is 16. So value of fx is 16 when x is equals to 2. Now let us see what we understand by root of a polynomial. Root of a polynomial. So I will say that key for a polynomial fx, if f of alpha will become 0, then alpha is root of fx. Have you understood anything what I said? That if say for some value of alpha you will get the value of a polynomial as 0, then that value, that alpha, is called root of fx. For example, suppose we have fx as x square minus 5x plus 6. Okay. And now I will take the value of alpha as, say we take let us take 2. Okay, let us take f of 2. So what we get? We get 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. Now after simplification, this is 4, this is 10, and this is 6. So 4 minus 10 minus 6 plus 6, 0. So what you got? You got f of 2 as 0. What we got? You got f of 2 is 0. So therefore you say that 2 is a root. 2 is a root of fx. So have you understood what you understand by root? Root of a polynomial? This value 2. This value 2 is called root of polynomial fx. This is root of polynomial. And finally, let us understand what you mean by remainder theorem. Remainder theorem. Now if fx is divided by, say, x minus alpha. Now we divide this fx by x minus alpha. Then f of alpha will be remainder. Have you understood? When fx is divided by x minus alpha, f of alpha will be the remainder. Okay. So let us understand this with the help of division algorithm. So I will say that by division algorithm, this fx you can write as x minus alpha, because you are dividing by x minus alpha, into qx plus you get rx, right? You will get some remainder. Now for x is equals to alpha, you get f of alpha, and this f of alpha, you replaced this x with alpha, so here also you replace x with alpha. So what we get? We get this term 0 and this term rx. Now this rx is what? This rx is remainder. So therefore this f alpha is equal to rx. That means if we have to find remainder, then we find f of alpha. So for example, if x square minus, say, 5x plus 2 is divided by x minus 2, okay, then f of 2 is equals to, it will be 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 2 is equals to 4 minus 10 plus 2 equal to 4 plus 2 6. 6 minus 10 is minus 4. So then f of 2 is minus 4 is remainder. So have you understood? Okay. So if fx is divided by x plus alpha, then f of minus alpha is remainder. In the same way, you can prove this. Okay, f of minus alpha is remainder when x plus. So what basically we are doing, we are equating this x plus alpha with 0 and finding what is the value of x. That value will give me remainder for the function. Okay, and if similarly if fx is divided by ax plus b, then f of minus b upon a will be remainder. Okay, so when ax plus b it is equated with 0, I will get x as minus b by a. So f of minus b by a will be the remainder. So you remember this thing, that when you divide by x minus alpha, f of alpha will be remainder. When you divide by x plus alpha, then f of minus alpha will be remainder, and when you divide fx by ax plus b, then f of minus b by a will be the remainder. Based on this remainder theorem, we will discuss factor theorem also. So in factor theorem, if you divide by x minus alpha and your remainder is 0, okay, then you will say that x minus alpha is a factor. Factor theorem. So what I will say that if f of alpha is 0, then x minus alpha be a factor of fx. This is your factor theorem. So if f of alpha is 0, then x minus alpha will be a factor of fx. Simple. This is your factor theorem. So you understand what is remainder theorem. So in this chapter we have seen what we mean by a polynomial, we have seen by what is a polynomial equation, we have seen what is the value of polynomial at any particular point, we have seen that what we mean by root of a polynomial, we have seen what is division algorithm, we have seen remainder theorem, and we have seen factor theorem. Okay, so in next class we will solve few problems based on this concept, so that you will be very much clear with these terms. Thank you.